right, hello, what's up? It's Gokuma. Welcome to the channel. And tonight, in celebration of Legend of Zelda's 40th, fuck, I'm old, anniversary, I will be playing Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. So this is going to be part of my Legend of Zelda series run. That's probably going to take me like a million years to eventually get through, but like whatever. Whatever. And I am playing this game through my Nintendo Switch 2 that I just got just a few days ago. And so this is the first time that I'm playing I'm playing a game on the Switch 2. And I guess it's appropriate that it's a Legend of Zelda. Granted that it's not, like a brand new game or anything like that. But we'll get into Skyward Sword, um, in a moment. Um, First, we'll talk about what it took for me to get a fucking Nintendo Switch 2. So, I live here in Japan, where okay, the screen went black, but it's still on. See, it's still here. So don't worry. Um, is there like a screen I could leave it on so it doesn't go black like that? Because I want to load the game. I don't know. I just have to keep hitting it every time it goes dark. So anyways, yeah, so I got I got a Nintendo Switch 2 just a few days ago. And yeah, so I live here in Japan, where you would think like it'd be easy to get a Nintendo Switch 2, and it is. It is really easy if you're only trying to get the Japanese only Nintendo Switch. So, with the Switch 2's release, what Nintendo decided to do was they released two versions of the system here in Japan. They released a Japanese only version where it's just as it suggests, everything is in Japanese. When you play games, I I don't know if the games are region free or not. I can't recall. But regardless if they are or not, like you start playing the game and it's going to be in Japanese regardless. So that's going to be Japanese, the menu's going to be Japanese, everything is in Japanese. And then there's the international version. And the international version is a little bit more expensive. In fact, the cost of it, um, pretty much rivals the cost of, like getting it for US dollars over in America. Hold on, I gotta fix something. Okay. Anyways, yeah. So it pretty much like it rivals the cost of the Switch 2 in America. Like if you're paying in US dollars. And part of the reason that Nintendo did this was to um pretty much combat against people like taking advantage of the weak yen. So in Japan, unfortunately, over the last 2 years, like ever since COVID, the yen has gotten in like in incredibly weak. Like it's gone pretty damn weak. It's to the point where like, if you came in here with like some US money and you like transfer that shit, like yeah, you're gonna um you're gonna be making like a whole extra money. But over in Japan, like not so much. Um so like I said, the yen is incredibly weak here. So so of course getting a Switch 2 in Japan, if you're paying with, US dollars, would come out a lot cheaper than getting a Nintendo Switch 2 like in the US. And so that's their idea, is that they don't want people to be coming into Japan, buying Switch 2s instead of buying Switch 2s from their countries, to take advantage of the weak yen. And also, you have people who will go probably buy like a few Switch 2s and then sell them online. And even if they sell them at cost, they're still making like a profit off of each of them. So, it's like, okay, that's cool and all, except to get the international version of the system, Nintendo has made it to be a huge pain in the ass to acquire. Um, so you have to go through Nintendo's website, you have to go through a lottery system, and you have requirements in order for you to qualify for that lottery. I don't qualify for that lottery mostly because when one of the requirements is you have to have Nintendo Switch Online and you have to have it for like a year and have like a certain amount of um like have a certain amount of time on it and blah 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 blah. And I don't even I haven't had Nintendo Switch Online in fucking years. In years, I have not had Nintendo Switch Online. So that meant that I was, like ineligible to sign up. But even so, it's still it's a lottery system. So it's like you're not guaranteed to get it. It's like it's completely random. Which is weird because it's like, they could probably, like avoid the whole lottery system thing. Maybe have some of the other requirements, but like maybe avoid the whole lottery system thing and I don't know, try to put like restrictions where it's like, okay, only like one per like customer or something, or you can only get one per like credit card, you know. I don't know. But it's this is how Japan is sometimes. Like Japan either goes to the extreme in taking care of like a problem, or they try to like kind of slap like a band-aid on it, and then it's like, okay, everything is fine, we can move on. It's like it's a really weird contrast that, you know yeah, it's like sometimes like there'll be certain like rules or something in places that I'll find out, like, okay, this is a great example. When in Japan, when you go to many bathrooms, like many public bathrooms, like ones in the konbinis, um, you'll see all the ways that they do not want you to sit on a toilet, right? Like including like, like sitting the other way on a toilet, like standing on like on the toilet seat, like on like standing on toilet seat, but squatting like over it, like while you're standing on the, yeah. And the thing is that that is there because there had to be one asshole who did that, and and now we have to have warnings to not do that because one asshole like did it. There's also like I think a small group of people that like they got caught um like um uh, vandalizing maybe. I don't know, English is hard. Or defiling like oh, contaminating um stuff from one of the conveyor belt sushi places. Like they were like they would be taking like people's stuff or something, and or like touch it or lick it or something and then put it back on a conveyor belt, or they would they would like yeah, they would just they would do like really gross stuff. Um and because of that, like they had many of the conveyor belt chains like had to change how they send food out and stuff. So and yeah, and it's all because like some fucking asshole. Um but yeah, and then there'll be other times where, it's like, oh, Japan has like rampant issues with um like sexual like molestation or something or touching in trains. Okay, let's make a women's only car. um it's like that's cool and everything, but like, not every train has a women's only car. At least none that I've noticed. I've to be honest, like I've never seen a women's only car. I don't know if I just so happened to to miss it, to like not notice it around, but I've never seen I've never seen it before. But they're there. They exist. But that doesn't quite fix the problem of, like trying to stop guys from like, fucking touching women when, they're on a train, when they're sharing, train with other men, you know. So I guess one could argue like that sounds pretty extreme. It's like, but at the same time, that doesn't really fix the problem. And that's Japan in a nutshell. Japan either like they will like fucking just go to the extreme, like they will go all in to prevent something, to fix something, or they just, either like ignore it or slap like, a little duct tape and call it a day. So, it's kind of like um so one of the things that happen here in Japan is how foreigners get their license. So they've been having an issue with foreigners getting into car accidents, and but to be fair, foreigners only cause like 1% of car accidents here a year. But because of the way like media is and stuff, it's like every time a foreigner gets into an accident, like they make the biggest fucking deal out of it. Like you know like we do, like we create all the accidents and shit, when it's like, no, that's like not the case. I don't see media around like whenever the fuck a Japanese person goes down like a one-way road and gets into car accident. I didn't see um like any media when a car like fucking almost hit another car and like fucking like um flipped onto like the sidewalk hitting a pole that was right next to a fucking gas station. Um, I did not see any media for that, but but a foreigner will go and get into like a car accident, and that's like all over the fucking news. So you know they want to prevent people from like tourists, because you have tourists who come here and they just decide like, oh, they're just gonna get Japanese driver's license and start driving around and stuff. I don't know necessarily the reasons why like a tourist would go through the process of like getting a driver's license here, because it's like it's kind of pain in the ass. Like I would think that if they're a tourist and are driving around, like they have like an IDP, an international driver's permit, and this is something that allows you to drive in any country for like a year. So like I don't understand like why like tourists are going through like the entire process to transfer their license. You know, unless like to transfer their license, all they have to do is show up, and it's like, okay, here's a Japanese license. But I don't know if that's the case or not. But it might vary from country to country. It's like, then just change the rules for that country then. Like if that's the case or something. But it's like regardless if they get their license or not, if they have an IDP, they're still gonna get into accidents if they're gonna get into accidents. Like it's not gonna matter. So I don't know. It could be one of those things where, because it happened, at the start of like, when things, were like, we just got a new prime minister. So this was around that time where like, um I think like the former prime minister had stepped down, and then they're talking about like you know a new prime minister and whatnot. So and just like, with Trump and his election, a lot of it all of a sudden had to do about like foreigners and shit. Except that like Japan doesn't really have that many as many foreigners. We only make up, I think, 3% of the population, or some shit. Like there's only, or maybe not even, I don't know. There's only like a few million of us. Like that's it. There's only like a few million. And the vast majority of us, are legal, are legal residents here, or our visas at the very least are completely legal, and we're allowed to be here. So anyways, so if the problem is tourists, like coming here, transferring their license, getting into car accidents, then it's like, okay, then why don't you change the rules to, you know, unless if you're a tourist, you can't get a license. You can't transfer your license here. Like you have to be like a fucking resident to get your license. And then we should have just called it a day. But instead, no. We're going to go like fucking we're just gonna go the extreme. And instead, if anyone wants to transfer their license, they now have to do one of the 50, like the 50 question tests. Before that wasn't a thing. I think before they had to take like a 10 question test. But now they have to do a 50 question test. Instead of just being like, why don't you just make it so people who are residents can transfer a license, but that would make too much sense. We need to stick it to all the foreigners. Um, but yeah, yeah. So that's how Japan be. Anyways, um, so for me to get a Nintendo Switch 2, I had a buddy who his parents came to visit like a week ago. And leading up to this, I was like, "Hey, if I give you money, can your parents buy a Switch 2 in the US and then bring that shit over here?" And he was like, "Okay." And that's what happened. His parents came to visit. I got to meet them, lovely people, and I got a Nintendo Switch 2 out of it. So yeah, so it was really cool of them to go and bring the Nintendo Switch 2, and yeah, and now I have, now I'm playing with power. Nintendo Power. That that was that was a slogan from an ad campaign from like the NES or something. Shut up. Anyways, yeah, so that's how I wound up with a Nintendo Switch 2. Um so next, I guess we can talk about Zelda, because Zelda just got its 40th anniversary. Like damn, 40 years. 40 fucking years. It's crazy. Like so many so many Zelda games, in those 40 years as well. Like it's kind of crazy that yeah, about 40 years ago. Is there a setting so this doesn't just keep going to dark like right away? Like it can be on for a few minutes. Like it'll be fine, I swear. Like my TV isn't like a fucking little bitch. Screen brightness can't be. Oh, okay, I guess because for a system. Anyways, um, okay, smart internet parental controls accessibility. Yeah, it should be data management. How big is the system memory on here? Okay, I guess it's probably like 200 gigs or something. Anyways, all right, probably under display maybe. Oh, wait, is it this? Is use the screen brightness after 5 minutes of? Oh, okay. Well, I guess if it's 5 minutes, that's not too bad. I don't want to turn it off. I'll leave it on. It just seems like it goes like a lot faster, but than 5 minutes. Like I feel like it goes out after 2 minutes. But anyways, okay, that's fine. I'll leave it alone. So, anyways, um, yeah. So it would be 40 years ago that the very first Legend of Zelda would come out on the NES, or in this case, like the Famicom. Eventually, I don't know if I doubt it came out around the same time as it did in Japan back then, but I would assume that that release date, probably applies for like the Japanese release date, not so much when it was released in America. But I'm gonna go ahead and check that. I don't know. It just says first release February 21st, 1986. All right, I went to the first game. Yeah, it just says February 21st, 1986. So oh, okay, all right. So it says yeah. So Legend of Zelda was released in Japan as a launch game for the Famicom. Wow, that's crazy. That it got to be a launch game. Damn. Like, could you imagine like if it came out here and that was I wait, oh my god. I said, could you imagine if it came out here? Like, anyways. What I was trying to say is, could you imagine when it came out in America and Legend of Zelda was a fucking launch game? Anyways, and then more than a year later, it was released in North America and Europe on the NES format. The US version was one of the first games to include an internal battery for saving data. This version was released in Japan in 1994 as Zelda no Densetsu 1. Wait. So could people not save or some shit? Like when Zelda. Damn, that is brutal. That is fucking brutal. Um. Okay, so yeah, so we got it. I'm trying to find like exact release dates and stuff. Okay, it says in February 1986, Nintendo released The Legend of Zelda as a launch game for the family computer's new disk system peripheral. Oh, okay. It did save. It's just, only through that it could do it. Wait, it had the controller had a built-in microphone? The fuck? So yeah, there was like, I don't know, some rabbit enemy that you can kill by like blowing or making noise into the mic. Huh, it's interesting. So yeah, so we didn't get it until like 1988 or maybe, I don't know. Doesn't say the exact date. I don't know, whatever. So all I know is that okay, so yeah, so it's not quite the 40th anniversary for like everyone else in the world, but it is for all intents and purposes the 40th anniversary of when the game released like anywhere. So um so yeah, the original Legend of Zelda came out for the of course, for apparently not originally on the Famicom. It was like their, I don't know, some disk system thing. And but it would come out on the NES, over in the US. And god damn it, I'm trying to fix something. Like everything is collapsing around me. Okay, I think everything is fine now. Maybe. Anyways, um yeah, so this game, Legend of Zelda, like it comes out in like this fancy like gold cartridge. And it's a pretty big deal. Like this game is a very big deal when it comes out because there weren't really like much in the way of like adventure, like fantasy games. Especially not quite like this. Like the only other game that I could think of is quite literally the game Adventure. Um for that came out for like the Atari 2600 or whatever, and it was like kind of cool for its time, but like incredibly crude and archaic, and um not much going to it. But then it's like you have this game, and it's like it's a full on like fucking adventure game, with a character that looks like a fucking human being, and you're going around and you're fighting monsters and you're going through multiple dungeons, and like the game takes like hours and hours and hours to play through, to beat, and to finish and stuff. So yeah, it made people very excited to play it. And of course, like it was a huge hit. Like and the rest is history. And then from there, Legend of Zelda would um Legend of Zelda would release many sequels, and it's mostly sequels. Like there's very few like spin-offs, and the ones that there are very questionable. like um so anyways, but yeah, eventually like we would get sequels like well, first off, we would get Legend of Zelda 2 on the NES, Famicom, whatever. And that game, like a lot of people weren't a fan of because it was a complete departure of what they liked from the first one. The second game felt more like it was Castlevania or some shit, you know. Like it was like a complete like 2D game instead of like the style that they had before. And after that, they never did that shit again. They never went back to that style. They were like, okay, we're sticking with what people liked the first time. I'm not sure what the fuck happened there with that game. I could only assume. I'm sure the information is out there. Let me look it up. Because I was gonna say, like, I could only assume that it was supposed to be like another game. Like it was originally supposed to be like another game, and then they decided to be like, you know what, like fucking reskin this as um as Legend of Zelda 2. Let me. Okay, it's called The Adventures of Link. All right, so I'm looking up. Okay, development. Mm, yeah, no, I don't see anything about that. I don't know. it's I don't know, for whatever reason they just wanted to take the game into a completely different route, and I don't see anything that hints that like that it was supposed to be a completely different game, and then they just slapped on a Zelda skin. But yeah, no, it was the game was like a complete departure from the first game, and apparently like it did well, but um I'm sure like there was still a lot of people that complained about it. And yeah, and then ever since then, like we just stuck to, the top down style. Like we did with Link of the Past, which was for the Super NES. We had Link's Awakening for the Game Boy. And yeah, whenever we had Zelda games, um they would be like of that style. Um until we get to the N64 era. And we get to the N64 and we would get Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time was a full 3D Zelda game. And that game fucking blew everyone's minds. Like it was one of the must-have games the year that came out in a year of must-have fucking games. Like we already had must-have games that year, and that was definitely among them. And yeah, it was a huge deal when that game came out. Yeah, and then we would just over the years we would just have a ton more mainline games and spin-offs, whatever. Back in the early days, we kind of had a Legend of Zelda animated series, which was really bad. It was really really bad. It's like there's a reason why we took away Link's voice. um it was pretty bad. I watched it, not thinking anything of it because, there wasn't much to like by the time that animated series came out, like we probably had like part 2 by that point. And because it's an NES game, like we don't have anything. We don't have any context of like what Link's personality is or anything. So, I think if you watched it back then, right? Like as it was happening, I don't think you would honestly think anything of anything. Like you just be like whatever. But then if you take a Zelda fan now who has like played these games, and these games now have like like story and characters and whatever, and then you fucking show them that animated series, they'll be like, what the fuck? This is not Legend of Zelda. That is not Link or whatever. But you have to keep in mind that this animated series took place at a time when there was only like 2 games, and neither of those 2 games like exhibited much in the way of like story and characters and personalities and whatever. It was, it came out at a time where um you know e- even if they wanted to follow something, there was nothing to follow. Whereas so they had to make up their own shit. So yeah. Yeah. And then you had the whole Philips CDI thing. Man, all that shit just to like piss off PlayStation. But anyway, um, the Philips CDI was a, I don't know, like a weird ass console, that video game console, like a CD based console that or CD based something that like played games. I don't know what other games it has other than like the fucking shitty Zelda games that came out for it for some weird ass reason. Damn, I am getting tired. Fuck. Like I was full of fucking energy. Like I worked out and everything and I was good and now I'm like, "Oh, I'm tired. I am tired. I'm not going to I'm not leaving or anything, but this might be a much shorter stream than than I was aiming for." Anyways, all right. Um so yeah, and then here we are. Oh, we got a fucking bot. Fuck you. Anyways, yeah, and then so we had a bunch of Zelda games over the years. Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, um, Skyward Sword, um, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, and so many others. And there might be some that I missed. With Tears of the Kingdom being the latest mainline Zelda game, and yeah, yeah. So a lot of Zelda games over the course of 40 fucking years. And now you're finally we're finally going to have a Zelda movie, live action movie come out. We'll see how it is. I mean, the first Mario movie came out. It was I thought it was really good. The second one is coming out, I think April or so, something. And that I'm sure that's going to be really good as well. It's already looking good. As far as I go with my history with Legend of Zelda is that I did own the very first Legend of Zelda for the NES, and with the gold cartridge, and it even came with a map, which you fucking needed because God forbid you didn't have the goddamn map. You are fucked. You are fucked without this fucking map. Anyways, um, yeah. So I played a lot of Legends on the NES, but I also got stuck a lot, and it was hard to figure out like what the fuck I was supposed to do next, and shit. So it took me a really long time to actually like beat that game because I would keep getting stuck, and then I would just run around like an idiot, like not knowing what the fuck to do. And that was my experience of Legend of Zelda, for the OG. Then I would go on to play Link to the Past, for the Super Famicom, which is that one is actually like my favorite, um of the Zelda games. And and then I would go on to, of course, like play like Ocarina of Time. But I would, unfortunately, like Ocarina of Time came out like in a really crazy block of time where, like, because first off, 1998 was just an insane fucking year, an insane fucking year of game releases. And unfortunately for Ocarina of Time, it didn't, I was playing for a bit and I got a good ways through into the game, but then it just, I don't know, it just lost me. Like, and I'll get to that in a bit. Um, you know, but it's like at the same time there was like other games I was playing, like Xenogears, um, or Xenogears. I don't know how the fuck it's supposed to be pronounced. Probably Xenogears. But anyways, but if I try to pronounce it the Japanese way, it's probably Zeno. Whatever. I don't, like, fuck you. All right. So let's just say Xenogears. So Xenogears, um, had come out, I think, like a couple weeks or so before Ocarina of Time came out. and I had bought the game and started playing it, and that game would go on to be like one of my favorite RPGs to play. Like I fucking love that game. So to have to, like stop playing that because like, oh, I'm playing Ocarina of Time, and then, I was like, okay, I'm kind of getting tired of this game already. I'm going back to fucking Xenogears. And that's what happened. Um, among other games that I got that year. Um, so and then the last Zelda game I would play would be Wind Waker. That would be like the last mainline Zelda game that I would play, and then I kind of just took a stop. So reason being is because, in all fucking honesty, I am actually not the biggest Zelda fan. Like it's like I played Zelda games. I I I like them, but I'm not like the biggest Zelda fan. Like every time like there's a new Zelda thing that comes out, I'm not like, "Oh my fucking god, like I have to fucking play you." Like no, that just it just doesn't happen. It's just I see a Zelda game and it's like, "Oh, that looks cool." And then that's it. Like nothing happens. Nothing happens after that. And for a while it felt like um whenever I was getting a Zelda game back then, like I was getting a Zelda game just because like it was a Zelda. Like you had an obligation to fucking get a Zelda game whenever it came out. And yeah, I just that wasn't me. Like I did that, but I realized like no, that's not me. I wasn't feeling Zelda like that. Like the way Zelda wanted me to feel it to that didn't sound right. Fuck you. Anyways, um so yeah, so it took me a bit to realize that like, oh, I'm actually not really a Zelda fan. Like I like the style of Zelda games, whether it's like the top-down style, or the 3D style. And what's funny about that is there's a lot of games that are basically, they take inspiration from Zelda games. So, like games of that top-down Zelda style that I can think of off the top of my head is games like the Secret of Mana games, Seiken Densetsu, um, the OG Legacy of Kain, um, Illusion. Wait, no, wait. What the fuck was that game called? Fuck. Illusion of Gaia. Illusion of Gaia. Illusion of Gaia. As far as like the 3D games goes, like the Soul Reaver games. Shit. What else? What else? What else? I know there's other ones. Darksiders. Um, and yeah, I know that there's others, but yeah, it's like if you give me a game that's Zelda without being Zelda, like I'm cool. Like it's fine. I'll play it. I'll like it and enjoy it. But not much more so than if it was a Zelda game. I don't know. It's just I'm weird like that. But now I'm just playing the game just to play it, like just for the hell of it. And I think that's what got me like looking forward to, because I think in the past like I felt like, it's like, oh, like you have to play Zelda, and there was a part of me that like turned myself off from the series because of that. Like I want to play things because like, oh, like I'm supposed to, like I'm expected to, like I want to play it because like I fucking feel like playing it. You fucking bitch. So so here we are, 40th anniversary of Zelda, and we're going to be playing Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Skyward Sword. Yeah, I gotta get started because I've been like fucking talking almost an hour. Anyways, Skyward Sword originally came out for the Wii. Like this bitch came out for the Wii. And it used like the Wii's weird ass motion controls and shit like that, and apparently it wasn't received very well from people. Like they didn't really like the motion controls. Like it was kind of whack. Fortunately, I'm playing the Switch 2 version because they re-released it in HD and they fixed some stuff like the controls, so I don't have to worry about shit like that. Um, but otherwise, I think I heard that it's a good game. It's just, I think originally the controls sucked. The reason why I'm playing Skyward Sword and not like why aren't you playing the very first NES game? That's because I'm playing the game in story order, even though I don't think story order really matters for Zelda, because a lot of these games like they are it's like they're connected ish. They're connected enough if you give a shit, but if you don't give a shit, it doesn't matter. They're just they might as well be standalone. But still, I'm going to do it in story order. So, um, there was what makes all this interesting was that years and years and years and years ago, people were trying to figure out if there was like if all the Zelda games um were connected in some way, because there was a time where Zelda games could just be considered like each Zelda game, with the exception of the two NES Zelda games, that all the Zelda games were like its own thing, that they just took place like in their own like time or universe or whatever. Like these are just completely standalone games and they have nothing to do with each other. And I think for a little bit that's what people thought of Zelda. Like that's how they treated it. Um but eventually people, who are big Zelda fans and they were paying attention to the lore, was like, wait a minute, I think these games are connected somehow. But it's weird because it doesn't make sense, because like, like how can you have a game where you have a Link and a Zelda, but like they don't fucking know each other. Like it's like you play this game that has a Link and a Zelda, and it's like it's usually almost always their first time meeting each other. And um so yeah, there's still a connection, like between the games. And eventually do find out that like Zelda and Link get like resurrected or reborn, or I don't know, whatever weird ass shit. And I think it Skyward Sword maybe explains that or sets stuff up. But anyways, but yeah, so you had people who were like trying to figure out like, okay, how are the games connected, and the lore behind it, and in what order they go. And um for the most part, like people they were on the right track. They figured out that that not all Zelda games were under one timeline. That there were two timelines um that were split because of Ocarina of Time. Basically the time split was that they figured out was that there was a time split for child Link and there was a time split for adult Link, which sounds like really fucking obvious, like really fucking obvious, right? But they still had trouble figuring out, like, okay, if that's the case, then where do these other games fit? Like, are they supposed to be child links like eventual stories, or are they supposed to be adult links like eventual stories? And with subsequent releases it was like, no, like that doesn't make sense. Wait, what is this game doing? Why is it all of a sudden doing stuff? I didn't do anything. I didn't press anything. I don't think I pressed anything. Oh, there was an update to down. No, okay. Was this thing downloading other shit? Like, what was there? Okay, whatever. I'd like that was random. Um, so but then like Twilight Princess comes out, and it's like, okay, so is it this Link story? Because it's like it's not, I don't know. Like, people, like, they couldn't figure out like the placement of like many of the games, like what timeline, like it could fit in, so they kind of just placed them wherever they thought best, and call it a fucking day, until Nintendo made a Zelda whatever book. And in the book at that time it had the chronological order of all the Zelda games, and to everyone's fucking surprise, there's a third timeline split. There's a fucking third timeline split. And it's one of those things where it was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. And what I mean by that is that, so this, this is gonna be spoilers for anyone that like hasn't played Ocarina of Time. Sorry, but for Ocarina of Time, um, by the time you reach the end of the game, there are the two timelines. There's the Child Link timeline, and then there's the Adult Link timeline. But then there's another timeline that happens because in the game, in the course of the game, Link dies. He dies, and then there's time fuckery. And yeah, except that the time fuckery did not fix the timeline where a Link died. Like, so a Link still died, and then shit went downhill from there for that timeline. And that's where a lot of the remaining games that people weren't sure like where to place were placed. And it was like, oh, okay, that makes a whole lot of sense. And yeah, so it was kind of a big deal because yeah, like a lot of people just they didn't know, like, they everyone figures like, okay, there's two timelines to this shit, and then Nintendo's like, nah, bitch, there's three, and it's like, what? Can't believe we missed that. So yeah, so Skyward Sword is supposed to, I think, like set up this whole thing with I don't know, with Zelda and Link and Hyrule and maybe Ganon, I guess, and I don't know, whatever. But it's supposed to be the first game in the chronological order. Yeah, and I never played this game before. Um, so it's definitely my first time, and I'm kind of interested and curious to see how I feel about it. So, with that being said, all right, let's put this shit up. Wait, I think I need to lower my TV. Where's my TV remote? Oh, it's all over there. Son of a bitch. Hold on. Oh, my stepmom got back to me because I'm being visited by my dad and my stepmom. When is Obon this year? Anytime this shit wants to fucking answer my goddamn question. Alright. Obon period is from the 13th to the 16th. However, wow. Of all the times, of all the fucking times that they're gonna show up, it has to be during the busiest fucking time. God damn it. Son of a bitch. That means I'm not gonna be able to fucking chill at at work, especially with all the new people. Son of a bitch. Yeah, son of a bitch. Alright, I'm gonna. So yeah, because they're gonna travel during Obon, and it's like, God damn it! I have spent the entire time here avoiding traveling during any of Japan's busy times, and now my parents are gonna come and travel during the busiest time, because that's just that's how it be. That's how it fucking be. Tells of a war of oh okay, no, it's just one dark fateful day, the earth cracked wide, and malevolent forces rushed forth from the fissure. They mounted a brutal assault upon the surface people, driving the land into deep despair. They burnt forests to ash, choked the land's sweet springs, and murdered without hesitation. kind of cool. This is pretty well done. Like the music and art. They did all this in their lust to take the ultimate power, protected by her grace, the goddess. She has a harp. Is it the harp of time? The power she guarded was without equal. Handed down by gods of old, this power gave its holder the means to make any desire a reality. Such was the might of the ultimate power that the old ones placed it in the care of the goddess. Why was to prevent this great power from falling into the hands of the evil swarming the lands? Why was there something like that exists to begin with? The goddess gathered the surviving humans on an outcropping of earth. She sent it skyward, beyond the reach of the demonic hordes, beyond even the clouds. With the humans safe, the goddess joined forces with the land dwellers and fought the evil forces, sealing them away. At last, peace was restored to the surface. This is a tale that you humans have told for many ages, generation to generation. But there are other legends long hidden away from memory that are intertwined with this tale. Now, a new legend bound to this great story stands ready to be revealed. A legend that will be forged by your own hand. Okay, before I get started, I'm going to use the bathroom real quick and stuff so that way I don't have to worry about it later. Alright, I'm back. So I noticed that it played the story again. Alright. Sorry, I'm like just getting myself comfortable. So yeah, I'm probably only gonna play for like about an hour or so because I'm already getting tired. I didn't sleep much last night. Okay, well, oh, why is it making me do this? I thought I didn't have to do this shit. All right, point the Joy-Con at the screen and press Y. If the gyro sensor seems to become misaligned during the game, point the screen, press Y anytime reset. Okay, so press Y. Okay, I want to use the fucking gyro thing. I don't have an amiibo to use. So as soon in the game, after you make some additional progress, please wait until then. Okay. Yeah, buttons only, please. Use motion controls for aiming? No. Motion controls per camera off. Camera speed normal. Camera invertible. Okay. I'm just gonna leave this alone until, like, I notice if it's off. Alright. Wait, but did the control save, though? I think it did. Yeah, it did. Okay. Sure, we'll leave it as Link. I mean, that's the douchebag's name. Well. Nintendo presents The Legend of Zelda. Skyward Sword. Rise, Link. The time has come for you to awaken. You are fated to have a hand in great destiny, and it will soon find you. The time has come for you to awaken. Link. Like, thank you, bird. Hey, sleepyhead. I know how much you like to sleep in, so I'm guessing this letter will be your alarm clock this morning. Did I guess right? Rise and shine, Link. Today is the wing ceremony. You promised to meet me before it starts, remember? Better not keep me waiting. Zelda. Oh, I'm gonna keep you waiting. That's gonna be our whole thing for next generations to come. Is just making you wait. Yay, I sat. Alright. You found a blue rupee. It's worth 5 rupees. Better drop in your wallet for now. Alright. Motherfucker has some money. Hold L and... Oh, okay. Oh, I gotta change the controls. Alright, hold on. Options. Okay, I don't know what the... First controls for using buttons only. Alright, let me see if that fixes it. Okay, yeah, that fixed it. Wait, did it? No, it didn't fix it. Never mind. Wait, no, never mind. It didn't. Because before it was doing the whole like if I press up, like it was moving the camera down, and then if I press down, no, not. Okay. Is there an easy way to reset the camera though? Like it's like it'll let you look around, but it doesn't like reset the camera. Like what if I wanted to like oh okay. If I press L2, like it straightens out. Alright. His name is Pippet. Morning, Link. So today is the wing ceremony. Are you ready? All I'm saying is everyone else is out practicing at the plaza, but you seem pretty relaxed about the whole thing. Of course, that Crimson Loft wing of yours is something special. I'd feel pretty confident riding him too. My bird won the last ceremony, but even I don't think he could beat that red terror of yours. Of course, a bird's true speed in a race always comes down to the skill of the rider. I'm something of a bird researcher around here, so you know if you ever find yourself in need of some bird expertise, come see old Pippet. It made me think of Spider-Man with that one line where it's like, hey, I'm something of a bird researcher myself. Hey Link, the day of the wing ceremony is finally upon us. It's time to put what you've learned to use. All those practical skills I taught you and all the academic prowess Instructor Horwell taught you. While we're at it, do you remember how to look around using camera buttons? Press up when you want to take a look at your surroundings. Okay, they mean this. Oh, it's fucking inverted again. Alright, let me go back into options and try to fix this. Alright. Alright, let me see if fix this. Alright. Okay. That fixed it. Because I don't like the whole, like, if you press down, like, the camera goes up. Unless, like, you're playing it, like, a game where you're on a plane. Then it's fine. Then it, like, those controls feel, like, right to me. But then it's, like, if you're just playing, like, a normal game, like, you're a normal person, you're just trying to look around, like, nah, that shit's just weird. Check one more thing. The controls. Alright, so I think... Okay. Alright, so it's okay again. Anyways, okay. Look at this motherfucker, like, trying to fucking break it into places. Like, there's a whole fucking camera stick here. Like, why couldn't they made it so that I could use the other analog stick to move the camera around? Like, and this shit's on the Wii. Like, oh, this is even. Like, we were already able to fucking do shit like this. This is gonna be problematic. Good morning, Link. Today's the big wing ceremony, right? I wanted to fly too, but I didn't make the cut, so I'm stuck back here at the academy. Plus, I've got to move these barrels over to the kitchen. I was hoping to at least be able to cheer you on, Link, but I guess that's the way it goes. Go out there and wow them, buddy. Can I break this stuff? He's just looking at me like, what the fuck? Oh, you're here to help me? You've always been so kind. I'm happy to take you up on the offer. You should carry one of these barrels over to the old lady who works in the kitchen. And you hold something up above your head, you can throw it. You can also roll little things like pots, but we'll get in huge trouble if any of these barrels break, so don't even think about throwing or rolling them. Forget any of this, just I'll bring up an explanation action available to you at that moment in time. Pretty handy, huh? Trying to figure out how to throw it. I want to throw it. Damn it! I can't smash pots yet. Anyways, said the kitchen. Where the fuck is the kitchen? I don't think this is the kitchen, is it? Oh, it looks like kitchen. So then where in the kitchen should I put it? I guess this was the start of them having like fucking stamina meter or some shit. What's all this? I thought I told Fletch to carry that. Bah. It's probably for the best. That skinny boy would probably have gone flattened. Say, don't you have some important ceremony or such today? Well, thanks for the help. Thanks, that was a huge help, Link. I know it's not much, but here's half the pay the old lady offered me to do that. You got a red rupee. It's worth 20 rupees. Don't spend it all in one place. I have to hang back and watch the academy today. Good luck with the ceremony, Link. Keep it squeaky clean in here. Sit on the toilet. It's kind of funny. I guess you... Clean hands or happy hands? And notice how he didn't wash his hands, though. Guess he has unhappy hands. Oh, I could... Let's exit the place. I didn't want to exit yet. I was gonna, like, look around and shit. Skyloft. Man, it's probably gonna take a while to, like, really get started. If I know how fucking, like, the later Zelda games are. Like, the first ones, it's like, nah. It's like, you're just, like, boom, game starts. But here, it's like, nah. It's gonna make me go through, like, a whole fucking thing before I get to, like, fucking kill anything. Heading over to the plaza quickest way is out the door on the ground floor. The exit on the top floor is still locked. So I've seen oh, okay, so that's nothing. What's taking the lunch lady so long? I'm going to have a word with her later. But yeah, I'll play as much as I can, but I'm already getting sleepy. Hey Link, up here. Yo. Good morning to you, Link. Today's finally the day of the long-awaited wing ceremony. Are you feeling ready? Oh, I just remembered. There's something I'd like to ask you about. Target me, and we can have a quick chat. Excellent. Always remember you can target someone to talk to them easily. And even when there isn't anything to target, it's a convenient way to quickly face your view forward. Oh, but it's a little safe to carry on a conversation from this distance. Why don't you come join me up here? You should be able to climb up if you dash up to the top of that wooden box, don't you think? Then you can make that jump fairly easily. Try climbing up here. Oh, okay. So, what are you up to? Rushing to get some last-minute bird writing practice in this morning, Link? Oh, you have someone to meet. Ah, Zelda's waiting for you, is she? Perfect timing, then. You see, Zelda's father, Headmaster... Gaipora? Like, how do you pronounce that? Has a pet named Mia. And, well, she's scampered off again. Look over there. Do you see her? The headmaster's so busy working with Zelda preparing for the ceremony, I thought that maybe I should feed her. The ceremony is about to start, and I just put on a fresh set of clothes. And, well, you see. Will you help me out, go and retrieve Mia? What if I say I'm busy? Fantastic, so you'll do it. I know you're in a hurry, so I really appreciate your taking the time to help. You should be able to climb up somewhere over there. If you hang off that ledge there, you can climb onto the roof from the other side. I'm terribly sorry, but I know you're quite the climber. I really do appreciate it. Okay. Is this a thing that I can climb? Yeah, it is. So, what the fuck am I supposed to be doing? I don't remember what I was supposed to be doing. Alright, let's talk to him again. Oh, god damn it. Like, the only thing up here is this box that I can move. Oh yeah, that's right, I'm supposed to be finding a bird. I remembered, okay. I'm fucking tired. Oh, you look adorable. Look at it. And it's making like these cute little sounds. Like, I fucking want it. I fucking want one. Let's just take it. Let's just go. We'll just take it. No one has to know. No one has to know. Nice work. You brought her back safe and sound. Sorry for troubling you with this. I know you're busy, Link. I suppose I should feed Mia now. Please tell Headmaster that we found his pet. He should be up by the statue of the goddess. I believe Zelda is there with him, so you should hurry along. Oh yes, I should give you a reward. It's not much, but please take this, or don't tell the others. A rupee is worth 20 rupees. Oh, and this allows me to save, so let's save for now. You got a stamina fruit. Morning, Link. How's life? Did you manage to get even a wink of sleep last night? Figured you might have been tossing and turning all night thinking about the big ceremony today. What am I doing? Oh, just fixing this gate here. It's been squeaky lately, and we can't have that on the day of the ceremony. Hey, haven't you already forgotten to send your prayers to the goddess this morning, have you? Just face the bird statue over there and say a short prayer to save your progress. As you know, the bird statues are all over Skyloft. It's about time you get in the habit of stopping at a statue every time you run by one. A prayer in time saves 9, if you know what I'm saying. No, I don't. I have no idea what the fuck you're saying. O youth, guided by the servant of the goddess, unite earth and sky. I'm not singing this, by the way. Bring light to the land. Hey, good morning, Link. I'm glad to see my loft wing got you out of bed. I was pretty sure you'd sleep in and forget to meet me this morning. But look at this instrument, and look at this outfit. They're mine to use today in the ceremony, since I'll be playing the role of the goddess. Aren't they beautiful? Especially this instrument. They tell me it's just like the one the goddess was said to have in the legends. It sounds gorgeous too. I asked Father about it. He says it's called a harp. And look at these clothes. I made this wrap myself, and I get to use it in today's ceremony. Between the harp and this outfit, I'm going to make a great goddess today. I got you up early this morning because I wanted you to be the first to see me like this, Link. How do I look? Ooh, I actually have, like, options for my answers. Hi, I think so too, but it's nice to know you agree. Thanks, Link. Ah, there you are, Zelda. Are you all prepared for today's ceremony? Oh, hello, Father. Ah, Link, you're here too. Outstanding. It's encouraging to see you up so early, given your capacity for sleep. No doubt today's ceremony had you too excited to close your eyes for once. If you win today's ceremonial race, you'll get to participate in the post-race ritual with Zelda, so give it your best out there. Yes, about that. Father, I don't know if he can do it. Recently, Link hasn't been practicing much at all for the ceremony. And even when he's out riding his Loftwing, he's just lazily gliding around, probably daydreaming. Damn, dude. She's putting your whole shit out there. Putting your whole fucking shit out there. Like, damn. She a hoe. I don't know what he's thinking. He's going to have to be in perfect control of his bird to win today. Like, damn, you just fucking just ran down your friend. Like, and this motherfucker got up early to fucking see you. Like, and this is how you're gonna be. Damn. Fucking hope Ganon fucking kidnaps your ass. No need to worry yourself, Zelda. Though you may have a point, today's wing ceremony tests the skill of the rider as well as his bond to his bird. Victory will not come easily. And as you pointed out, I haven't seen him practicing as hard as some of the other students. But you've known him since you were both very little. You should know better than to fret about him. Damn. Now he told you about yourself. Ain't that some shit? You see, Link and his Loftwing share a special connection. I've never seen anything quite like it. As you know, each of us in Skyloft is but one half of a pair. We are only made whole by our Loftwings, the guardian birds that the goddess bestows upon each of us as a symbol of her divine protection. When we are young, every one of us meets our Loftwing under the great statue of the goddess. It's quite a big moment, as I'm sure you recall. But that first meeting between Link and his Loftwing was extraordinary. The bird that came to him was a Crimson Loftwing. It is a breed so rare, we were sure for some time that it had vanished from the line. Yes, and the boy and his bird seemed to share a profound connection from the moment they met. Do you recall when Link and that Loftwing of his first met? What a sight. The little boy just hopped up on that bird, gracefully flew away, without even a moment of instruction. They were meant for each other. And judging by how jealous you were that day, I'd say the friendship he shared with his bird didn't go unnoticed by you, my dear. But who can blame you? I'm sure you weren't the only one envious of the powerful bond shared by Link and his bird. Anyone who's a part of something special is bound to catch something nasty. Catch some nasty looks sooner or later. Hoo-hoo. This contest is nothing to laugh at, Father. This ceremony is part of the final test for those training to become Knights of Skyloft. If Link doesn't fly fast enough during the race, what if Link messes up his big chance? What if he's not allowed to become a knight? Okay, so maybe she was talking all that shit about Link because, you know, like maybe she's just worried that he'll fail. But then again, it's like, bitch, have some faith in your friend. Like, damn. Calm down, my dear. It will be fine. Honestly, it's almost as though you become a completely different person when you worry about Link. Listen, Link, you better fly your hat out today. At the very least, you need to squeeze in a little practice time before the race. Come on, you'll thank me later. Here we are. Go on now. Jump off the edge and call your Loftwing. It's almost time for the ceremony, so try to practice seriously for once. Oh yeah, you can't sense your bird out there. Oh, I get it. You're trying to weasel out of having to practice. Nice try, but you're not fooling me. Okay, Link, go ahead and press call your loft. He's dead. His bird sure is taking a long time to get there. Something's wrong. It's like, when did you figure out that something was wrong? Hang in there, Link, I got you. Are you two alright? I'm sorry, friend, I didn't mean to push you so hard. You didn't sprain your wing, did you? It was very odd, Link. What could have possibly happened to your loft wing? The bird ignored the call of his master is unheard of. Was I supposed to hit the button at some point? Because it just told me... Whatever. And you still can't sense your bird nearby, eh, Link? There's quite a problem, especially considering the wing ceremony is about to start. Link, when you said you couldn't sense your loft wing, well, I should have believed you. I'm sorry. Yeah, this Zelda... She's kind of a bitch. to her friend. She's a horrible friend. I need to tend to my own loft wing, so I'll catch up with you later. You better go on ahead and see if you can find where your bird has gone. My, how did it get to be so late? If I recall correctly, this year Instructor Horwell is presiding over the ceremony. Link, you should go explain the situation to him and see if he's willing to delay the race a little so that you can find your bird. But father, you're the headmaster of the academy. If Link asks Instructor Horwell, he'll probably just come talk to you about it. Ah, quite true. As usual, you make an excellent point, my dear. Very well. I'll explain the situation to him myself. Link, run along and tell Instructor Horwell to come see me in my quarters. Don't men open doors for a lady anymore? How long am I supposed to stand here waiting for a little chivalry? Oh, it's you, Link. Say, you look all flustered. Did something happen? What? Can't find your loft wing? I don't know what to tell you. Been here at school the whole time. Sorry, Link, you're looking a little pale. What? Your loft wing is missing. How strange and troubling. Do you think you can find him? You're going to start looking for him now. How will you make it back in time to fly in the ceremony? Looks like your participation in the ceremony hinges on whether or not you can find that bird on time. Excuse me. I see, so the headmaster has summoned me. Alright then, I'll go speak with him immediately. I still owe you for helping me out earlier, so don't worry about the ceremony for now. You focus on finding your loft wing. So then... don't get what I'm supposed to do now. Oh, I'm upstairs. It wouldn't let me go upstairs before. Okay. Anyways. Bath. There's a bath. I'm all up in the bath. That was Zelda's room. Motherfucker's trying to break in. Go into Zelda's room and like fucking snoop around and find her diary and stuff. Karana. Oops, didn't mean to do that. These books do anything? Okay. Guess I can't read anything. And was that all there was to this room? Yeah. Okay. Wait a minute, this dude's supposed to be a bird professional. Maybe he'll tell me something. Not still wandering around the academy, are you? What? Your Loftwing won't come when you call for it. Why would a guardian bird not come when it's called? You know, I've never heard of this ever happening before, so I can't even tell you what you're doing wrong. But a good senior never hangs an underclassman out to dry. We'll figure this out together. You go to the plaza and ask people there if they know anything. In the meantime, I'll ask around here. I guess we'll get back the fuck out. No, can go in there. Can't break them. Hold up, Link. Hey, Link. Could you help me with something? All you have to do is dash and roll into the tree. Just like I've been doing. Dash. Then when you're in front of the tree, bam! Do a roll right into it. So come on, please. Do a barrel roll. Well, first thing you do is dash or surround when you're running bam if you... Oh, okay, so I have to hit the tree. Alright. Whoa, you did it. A sky stag beetle. Wait up! Ah, my sky stag beetle, so close. Oh well, to catch it, I would need a bug net anyway. Wish I hadn't thrown out the one I bought at Beetle's air shop. Aw. So there's this here, and there's like more stuff around here. Alright, can I go in here? Yes, I can. We officially started the breaking and entering. Ooh. Hey Link, today's the big day, isn't it? You know, the wing ceremony thing? Win this thing and you'll get bumped up to the senior class. Here in Skyloft, it's being able to ride a loft wing that separates the kids from the adults. And if your goal is to become a knight, well, good techniques is even more important. All of us learn to fly the hard way. Lots of practice. Really shouldn't be opening people's without permission. Oh, Link. Yeah, dude. Like I don't know what the fuck happened. Like I was feeling pretty good like today, and then all of fucking sudden, like I don't know, like an hour into the stream, was like, oh shit, like I am tired. I am fucking tired. You can't tell, but it's like I keep dozing off while playing. Hey Link, how's it going? The wing ceremony is about to begin, right? Remember when Pippet won the last one right at... Wait, what? Remember when Pippet won the last one right at the last second? It was so close. Now that was a race. Hey, your Crimson Loftwing will be in the race, right? Looking forward to seeing what you can do. Oh, something's going on here. You know, Groose, you sure that... Wait, nah, I can't even fucking read. You know, Groose, that sure was a pain. Well, with all the scratching and pecking? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this dude's a douchebag. Of course it was. You thought a big Crimson Loftwing like that was gonna go down without a fight? But we got him, and I don't care how tough those birds are supposed to be. He's not getting out that pen anytime soon, boys. Oh. Whoa, Link, so yeah, just how long you been standing there? What's your problem anyway? Oh, wait, I got it. You're here to talk about today's race. I can see in those dopey eyes of yours. They're pleading, oh, Groose, can you please find it in your heart to let me win today? Please? You're just desperate to win so you can get some alone time with Zelda up on the statue of Goddess at the end of the ceremony. Well, sorry, pal. Groose doesn't do charity for wimps. My advice, work hard and wish with all your heart. You might even come in second. Say, come to think of it, how come I don't see your bird? Where is that scruffy pile of red feathers? I can't imagine what could have happened to him. Do you think his tiny brain got confused by all the clouds and got lost? Oh, got no idea what you're talking about. You know, we're all getting tired of how you never let anyone forget you and Zelda go way back. You've been friends since you were kids. Big deal. It doesn't change the fact that you float through life with your head in the clouds. Would you wake up, straighten up, and grow a backbone already? Dopes like you are dragging our honored academy through the mud. And just who might you be talking about, Groose? Oh. Zelda, hey, nah, it's Damn. Don't even try it, Groose. You're picking on Link again, aren't you? Okay, she's being a good friend. Again. He's a student at the academy like all of us. Why do you insist on bullying him around so much? Yeah, I suppose. You suppose? Suppose what? You motherfucker. I suppose you... Forget it. I wasn't supposing anything, okay? Oh, we're out of here, boys. Later, Link. Hope you find your bird, or else you're gonna have to sit out today's race. That could be a major setback toward knighthood, so find that bird or get real used to the taste of failure. It's your special flavor. I hate to say it, but I'm beginning to suspect that those blockheads had something to do with your Loftwing's disappearance. Link, those guys aren't going to help us find your bird, so we better start searching. I'll fly around Skyloft and see if I can spot any trace of your bird. Father said he'd talk to Instructor Horo about delaying the start of the wing ceremony, so don't worry. We'll find your bird in time. They'll be looking around and shit. Let sound the goddess of sun beneath the light's radiance, so her chosen hero shall fall a piercing ray of guidance. Oh shit. Oh, that didn't hurt him. What's wrong, Link? What, your lofty wing is missing? That's terrible. I was so looking forward to seeing that red blur streak through the sky. No, I haven't seen him. Why don't you look for him by the statue of the goddess? You'll have a good view of the whole town from way up there. Statue of the goddess is a great big statue north of Skyloft. It's at the place where... Okay. Now to read a map, right? Press minus button, whatever. Anytime you see the map, or if you get lost, just press. Okay, cool. Alright, so I guess I gotta go there. What's up here? Hold on. Hey, Link, over here. I have some information about your loft wing. Come over here. Alright. Yeah, I'll probably just... Where's this dude at? Yeah, I'll probably just play for like the next few minutes and then... I'm gonna have to call it night. But yeah, where's this dude calling me from? Oh, he's over here. Can I jump down? Okay. Hey Link, I was just looking for you. Heard your loft wing has gone missing, so I thought I'd join in the search. And get this, when I asked Fledge what he knew, he started acting weird. So sorry, Link. I really wanted to tell you, but if Groose found out I told you... Sounds like Groose forced him to keep quiet about it. Go on. Go on and tell him the truth. Just a little while ago when I was cleaning the dining hall, Groose and his buddies came in. They didn't notice I was there and started talking about their plan to hide your loft wing. I wanted to warn you, Link, but just as I tried to sneak away, Groose and his gang grabbed me. They said if I told you, they'd make sure I would never be able to ride a bird ever again. It sounds like Groose and his buddies had a plan to capture your bird and hide him near a waterfall. Well, near a waterfall would mean... Quick, let's take a look at your map. That's it, right there. I think it means the waterfall marked here with X. Forgive me, Link. I can't help being such a coward. I'm really sorry. But you should be sorry. Think you'll make it in time, Link? I'm such a wimp. I'm so sorry. If you're going out to waterfall, remember that there are some dangerous things there. Creepy, crawly things. You'll need to carry a sword. I think I saw the Knight Commander go into the sparring hall a while ago. Should go ask him if you can borrow one. Max defense. You don't have a shield equipped, so I'll mess with it, or I'll send you flying. Oh, okay. Hey, it's Link. So, you still want to get in some sword practice? Even though today is a wing ceremony, I'm impressed. Sword is the back room. Go on back there and get it. I'll be here for a while, so if there's anything you don't understand about handling a sword, go ahead and ask. You got a practice sword. Students at Night Academy practice with these. Looks like it was a fairly sharp blade. Oh yeah, you want to learn about how to use a sword? Okay, so basics of swordsmanship. It's important to think about the direction you're swinging your sword. If you swing it vertically, you'll do a vertical slash. And if you swing it sideways, you'll do a side slash. The support to do a thrust. Next is a more advanced technique, the spin attack. It's perfect moves for when you're surrounded by enemies. If you remember these moves, you can handle yourself in any fight. Just remember the fundamentals. Always press ZL to target the enemy as soon as you see it. Try getting some good practice on those logs. If you forget how to swing your sword, you can always check the out. Don't forget your fundamentals. Oh, once you've sliced up those logs, I'll set it up so you can try out your big move. Oh, okay. So the right thumbstick is used for the game's motions. That's why I can't use it for camera. Oh, hold on real quick. Alright. Anyways. Wait, how do I take out my sword? Yeah, why doesn't he take out his sword? Oh, okay. I have to use right stick. Alright, is there anything else supposed to do? Oh yeah, I can aim. Alright, anyways. Oh man. There's something about thrusting. Can I just go? Hey, you can't take swords out of the... Oh, like, what do you think you're doing, sneaking out with that? What, your Loftwing is missing? Want to go look for it? Well, I guess I could make an exception just as once, but remember that Skyloft is a peaceful place. Only knights carry swords. So I don't want you swinging it around crazy out there. I don't want to get in a ton of trouble over this. So here's the deal. Make sure you get plenty of practice on these logs first, and once you get outside of sword, only use it when you absolutely have to do it. Got it? Alright. I don't think there's anything else I can do here. So let's just do it. Listen, as an upperclassman, I got some advice for you. There's something you should always do before you go somewhere dangerous. You should find a bird statue and send prayers to the gods to your progress. Make it part of your routine. Bird statues you can pray to are marked on your map, so it should be easy to find one. Am I even going the right way? Maybe. No, I'm totally going the wrong way. Oh, there's no other way from here. Alright. Okay, I guess I gotta go to round or something. Oh, did you hear the news? One of the students from Wing Ceremony has lost his bird. It's gone missing. Oh, really? That's terrible. To tell you the truth, I'm not comfortable around birds. It's their talons. They look so sharp and painful. Hi, Link. This house belongs to Kukiel. Psst, by the way, that's me. I'm gonna go play with my special friend today. It's gonna be so much fun. Pardon me, Link. You haven't seen Kukiel, have you? She's always running off without word to anyone. I don't know what I'm going to do with her. I guess she'll never learn unless she runs into trouble one day. Look at this thing. Who knows how long the statue has been here? And it only has one eye. Poor thing. You probably know this, but you can press whatever to look around. Oops. Button. Wait, why is it doing the thing again? Where it's like it's being inverted when I look around. I don't know. Really confused. Alright, let me check the options real quick. Alright. Oh, okay. It is normal now. Alright. Oh. Okay, beware blood-sucking monsters. No kids allowed. Oh, damn. Oh, oops. I like almost fell. So yeah, so in this game, I have to use the right stick to do stuff. This isn't gonna be a great game to play because of controls and stuff, but whatever. Yeah, green rupee. It's just worth 1 rupee, so collect lots of them. Oh, you know what? I probably have to run. Also, there's some up there. a heart. This item's life-giving energy restores 1 heart of your life. Yeah, I forgot continuing forth because, like, I saw something down there, but I didn't see a way to get it. Oh, wait a minute. Yes. I am a menace. So yeah, so this is in there. I probably have to, like, go up there, but I didn't see anything unless, like, I missed it. Fuck you, flowers. Oh, here we go. Is there a path down here? Yeah, there is. Hey, Link, I was hoping to find you here. Heard you gone searching for your bird around the waterfall, so I thought I'd find around and help you look. How's your search going? Any sign of your Loftwing? Oh no. Let's not lose hope yet. There's a place up ahead that Groose and his gang are always hanging around. Maybe we'll find something there. Huh? Who's that? Who's calling for me? Oh, sorry, Link. Got distracted for a moment. Let's go. So she gonna walk with me now? Okay, I guess so. So, but I am gonna stop for now. As much as I want to finish this quest, yeah, no, I'm like all of a sudden I just got really fucking sleepy. So I should probably try to go to bed as soon as possible while it's still not too late, and try to get as much sleep as I can. So I'm saving quit for now. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. It just I was okay earlier, and then all of a sudden, like I just boom, just got like just started getting really sleepy. But it's all right. I still got to stream like a couple hours today, so that's fine. But yeah, I should be back on tomorrow, and I'll try to pick up where I left off. So, all right. Well, have a good night or day, whatever, and hopefully see you next time. Later.